I love bagels, you love bagels, everybody loves bagels, and this is a great recipe to try out at home for your family. We're going to start out with flour, yeast. Now we do brown sugar. This is a pretty big thing about flavor when you can't get the malt syrup. When you're using all-purpose flour, I like to add in a little bit of gluten just to bump up the protein level on the flour. I use oil too. That's not necessary. Neither the oil nor the gluten is necessary. Add our water and we start kneading. We get all those ingredients and we add the salt afterwards. We don't want it to kill the yeast, and it makes it a little bit easier to knead in the very beginning. We're adding it in here before we get everything done. Needs a little bit more water. You can add a little bit more water to this recipe, especially if you add more gluten. You definitely need to add a little bit of water, but you want to add as little as possible. You want to get a nice chewy dough. After 10 minutes of kneading, you're going to look really nice and smooth, and then you can get ready to start cutting. I get it in a nice ball shape so I can cut it and start getting those strands out to make the actual bagel. You don't want too many holes, but you'd want a smooth dough. This isn't a window pane test on your bagel. You want to just have a nice smooth dough, and then you can start working on it. And also, you're not rising. This is right after kneading. The size there, you're looking about 140, 150 grams per bagel. Will give you a large size bagel. And you can also do mini bagels, which is about 80 grams. Two sizes. Depends on your family. I like doing the mini sizes for my kids and my family because some kids just eat the small bagel. Rolling it out, you want to figure out how do you hold it. I hold it, I flip it over my hand, and then I press it down. You can see there it's a little bit uneven, and also it didn't attach as well as I want it to. So you can just pull it apart and do it again. No big deal. It's a really forgiving dough. Put it on. You want to push nice and hard. Move it back and forth pretty quickly, and then you get a nice attachment. Stretch it slightly, and you get a nice shape. Same for the mini bagel. It didn't attach so well. The dough is a little bit dry, so just take it apart, put it back again, go nice and fast. It'll stay closed, and we're going to be proofing these for a while, so they will proof and stick together on their own. Once you get most of these bagels done, you can see here a little bit of better shot. And you want to add lots of pressure right on there. Once you get the bagels all done, I like to flour a board, even with parchment paper. You can just do a cutting board even. This is the time to fix that bagel before it goes in the fridge, because it's going to be sitting there anywhere from 6 to 12 hours to even 24 hours. You're going to do a retarded rise. This is going to give it better flavor, better texture. You're going to add a nice shell on the outside of that dough. It doesn't need to be covered. Get your water boiling. I like to do it in a pot so it doesn't fall out of the boil when you put the bagels in. A nice rolling boil to turn it down. You don't need it on full blast. We have a nice flame here, so it keeps the boil going. After about a minute and a half, you can see them start to puff up. Flip them and get them on the other side. We're going to do another minute on that side. Now you can start to see your bagels might start cracking, they might fall apart, but either way, this is again a forgiving dough, and your bagels will taste good once you boil them. You can do a last flip just to make sure everything's fine. All the starches on the outside are gelatinizing, making it sticky, making it wet, and starting the cooking process on the bagel. Get them on your tray, then you choose whatever toppings you want. I like sesame, I like poppy. We also put za'atar, something I learned here in Israel when I worked at Holy Bagel for a couple years. But there's your chance to really be creative. You can get everything bagel seasoning at the store. Putting here just kosher salt, large grain melech gaz in Israel. You can put garlic. We're putting some more sesame here, but we also have the garlic powder. But this is the time you can add whatever you'd like. You can add chocolate chips. You can add cinnamon. You can add cheese. I really like Asiago bagels. If you take Manchego, Parmesan, any of these, put it right on the bagel, you're going to have a really amazing bagel as well. But this is up to you. Be creative. Have fun with it. Your kids can do this part for sure. Let's put it in the oven, 215. And this could be anywhere from 6 to 12 minutes. And you have wonderful, crispy, amazing, fresh bagels in your house. This is something that can literally be done in about 30-45 minutes worth of work. Start the night before and you have some of the best bagels you ever eat. Thanks so much for watching.